Hey everybody, this is Intro, and I just want to go over really fast on how to get faster frames per second when you're doing your gaming. You have horrible lag, it's getting ridiculous. There are a few things you can do to maximize your computer's performance without opening it up, replacing any of the processor, the RAM, or the graphics card in your PC. A few things you can do first to see if your computer is really capable of running any type of game. So, go to your start menu, type in msconfig, click enter, wait for this window to pop open. It should say system configuration. Go to your boot options, click advanced options, and right here where it says number of processors, make sure this is on the maximum. So if this box is unchecked, check it, pull down your drop down list, and go to the maximum number. So I have 4, so I'm going to click 4, and then just click OK. Go back to this menu, click start, or not start, but click apply. And that's about it for this. And another thing is, really fast, is startup option. So you have all these programs that are starting when your computer's trying to boot up, and it has to run all of these programs in its background. And it's really slowing down your computer for the long term, because not only is it starting up with these programs on, but they're going to stay running in the background until told otherwise. So go through here, find the programs that you really would not like to start in your background when you first start your PC. So like Bluetooth software. I don't have any immediate Bluetooth connections connected to my PC right now, so I don't need Bluetooth running in my background, taking up all my space. So I uncheck that box, and like that, you're just going to want to run through all of these, uncheck everything that you don't need running as soon as your computer starts up. Click apply to those changes, and then click OK, and you're done with that. So you're going to need to restart your computer for the changes to take place. But before you do that, close out of this, go down to your battery right here, click on it, click more power options. You should have an option for high performance on your PC. It might be an additional plan, so you're going to want to check this if it's not there. Check the bubble or the radio button next to the high performance and click change power or plan settings. From here you can see that I have dimmed the display off, turn off the display, and put the computer put the computer to sleep. I have all these to never, so they're never gonna ever happen, and that's sort of just a personal preference. You can change these to your liking if you'd like, but I'd recommend having it on never, just because when you're using your computer you might be taking notes. You don't want your PC to dim the display for no reason. Adjust plan brightness. You put your brightness all the way up. I have it all the way up. You can adjust that to your liking as well, but this isn't really what you're going to worry about when running games. So once you're done configuring all this, go down to change advanced power settings, and this is the important part. So you should open the power options dialog box, and down in your power options you're going to have a processor power management. So you're going to want to click on that, and right here you can see that it popped up with 3 new boxes: minimum processor state, system cooling policy, and maximum processor state. So for minimum and maximum processor state, you're going to want to go through and change it to 100% for both plugged in and on battery, for maximum and minimum processor state. Change it both to 100%. Your system cooling policy, just make sure that's active. It should be already. You don't really need to change any of that. So once you have 100% on both of those, go ahead and close the processor power management, and you're about done. So just go down to your graphics and power settings and make sure that these are both on maximize performance. So for your on battery, your computer tends to always maximize the performance because it doesn't need to worry about the battery life, but or when it's plugged in, it doesn't have to worry about the battery life, so it goes for performance instead. But if you're really trying to get the maximum performance out of all your games, you're going to want to go to maximize performance just so your settings are correct. And like I said, again, you can see if your computer is actually going to run these games, because a lot of the computers or laptops nowadays aren't going to run games at the proper amount of frames per second that you might need. So with these settings set up just like mine, so maximize performance on the graphics power settings, and for the processor states you want to change them both to 100%. you're just going to want to click apply. And from the last settings you did, you're just going to want to restart your computer, start up your game, see how many frames per second you're getting. I'd say if you're not getting around 20 to 30 frames per second, you're probably not going to be able to play games on your PC. So with that in mind, you might want to have to replace your graphics card, or check anything with your graphics or your RAM. Make sure that you're running the proper amount of memory on your PC for your games to run properly. So with that, that's basically all that you need to know with this, with speeding up your gaming and your frames per second. If this doesn't work, just to let you know, you're probably going to have difficulty gaming. You're going to want to replace some of the hardware in your PC to get better performance. Another quick thing I'm going to show you is, if you go to Start, go to Computer, click Properties, and you should be getting a system rating. So with all PCs, you get a system rating, and this will basically tell your computer, okay, how well am I running? So if you're not at least getting a 4.0, I'd say, for your computer graphics, you're not going to be able to run any games to your liking. So that's a big thing. Also with your RAM, you're going to want to at least have 4 gigabytes of RAM, if not more. I have 4 gigs on this laptop of DDR3 RAM. My graphics, like you see, is at 4.6, and I can run games perfectly. So again, check these settings if you need to replace your hardware. I have other videos on that, and if you need help finding what hardware is compatible with your motherboard, I also have a video on that, so you can check those out. In regards to this, you're done. So I just go ahead and, like I said, restart your computer to make sure everything's running fine. Start it back up, see if your game's running, and you should be fine. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe.